FTW Broadcasting presents Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. My name's AWOL, and I'm bringing you the TOR preview series. In this video, I'm going to give you a basic overview of the game and let you know the information that LucasArts and BioWare has released thus far. We are very, very excited about this game, so let's dive right into it, folks. Now right here, you're going to see some footage released in 2008 of lightsaber combat. I was very excited to see it. You'll actually see the lightsabers making contact with each other. Everything is very choreographed. The developers are super confident in their work. Check out what they have to say in interviews 4 years ago.
It's got such a giant scope. This game has got more content than every BioWare game that we've created, put together.
We're really focused on fast-paced, action-oriented combat, and we're working very hard to make sure that everybody, no matter your playstyle, will have something to do in the Old Republic.
And the first thing I look at when I check out any MMORPG are the classes. Am I interested in any? On the left-hand side, Galactic Republic, they have a Trooper, Smuggler, and 2 Jedi classes, Jedi Knight and Jedi Consular. On the right-hand side, you're going to see Sith Empire options, Bounty Hunter and Imperial Agent, and 2 Sith classes, Sith Warrior and Sith Inquisitor.
The bringing together of BioWare and LucasArts again, I think, is a reinforcement of what has been a shared heritage.
Star Wars: The Knights of the Old Republic was a huge hit. It was a big thing for BioWare. I mean, probably one of the most moving things that we've ever had was to step out in front of the Game Developers Conference and get the Game of the Year award from our peers for that game.
And unlike Knights of the Old Republic 1 and Knights of the Old Republic 2, this will take you to a place that's deeper and broader and introduce you to more characters than any of the other games ever created by both LucasArts and BioWare.
And BioWare is taking this very seriously, as this is their first entry into the MMORPG market. Now, they want to make sure that this game has more story content than all of their other games combined. They confirmed in 2008 that they had already accomplished that with their full-time staff of writers of 12, working just on the Old Republic. The story is going to be a huge emphasis, and they're making a big investment into it.
Star Wars: The Old Republic is really a chance for us to create the ultimate Star Wars game. It's a game that allows you to live in the Star Wars universe.
We've wanted to build a massively multiplayer game at BioWare for probably over a decade now, and of course our experience working with LucasArts on the Knights of the Old Republic franchise is a natural combination. It's something, we think is just a perfect fusion to build an MMO in the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic space. And what we're doing is we're taking some of the best-of-breed features from other MMOs, exploration and combat progression, and we're not losing any of those. Instead, what we're doing is we're adding a 4th pillar, the pillar of story and character.
In addition to story and character, there's also going to be over a dozen planets that you can explore that they've confirmed already, including Korriban, Taral 5, Tatooine, Hoth, and all your favorites. Additionally, one of the huge features of this game, voice acting. There will be more voice acting in the Old Republic than any other video game ever. They're recording at hundreds of studios around the world.
This game takes place in the period of the Old Republic, thousands of years before the rise of Darth Vader. This is a rich period in the Star Wars lore where Sith and Jedi are constantly at one another, and there's constant conflict. The MMO industry in general has been trying to solve story in our games for a long time. And I think with TOR, what we're doing is we're putting story at the forefront of your experience, where every one of your decisions is impactful to your end goal and your character progression.
And part of the story thing that's very interesting from our perspective is adding choice. Typically, online games don't have a lot of choice. You do whatever's in front of you. But in this game, you get to choose to do things.
A huge dramatic choice comes up. You're sitting there looking at it and realizing you can't save it and reload it and say, hey, I wonder what would have happened the other direction. These are real choices that are going to make real impact on the story and where your narrative goes that you have to live with forever.
If this game actually opens up with the Jedi having to flee back to Tython, where they initially founded the Jedi Order, because they're getting blamed for the Sith's activities in the 28-year-long Great Galactic War. Now the Sith control Korriban and have re-established their Sith Academy, and that's basically where they're going to open up the story here. Now there's a feature I'm about to show you a video on right now that I think could be great Check out the details they released a few years ago, and I'll give you a few more.
Companion characters have always been a huge part of BioWare games, and they're also a big part of the Star Wars mythos. And so we felt that they were going to be very important to our game. And what the companion character is going to allow for is it's going to allow us to tell stories in a different manner, to allow for a player to have another voice before he makes a decision. His companion character will actually be his moral compass.
There's a lot of things that the companion characters also have their own stories, their own interests, and things that you can help them pursue. Or, depending on which side of the Force you sit on, you can help them and support them, or you can manipulate them.
They're going to give you a max number of 5 companion characters, all of which will stay on your starship. That's right, every class has their own individual personalized starship, and your companions can help you on missions, they can help you do salvaging, and they can go on diplomatic activities for you. Evidently, I'll dive into that a little bit more later, but that's going to be a real cool feature. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed this tour preview series. If you want to see more videos about this game, just click that playlist tab up there in the top left-hand corner, and if you want to see the next episode, just click in the top right-hand corner. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you in the Star Wars universe.